Welcome to our sessions. I'm Yusuke Kaga from the JETRO. Really appreciated of Ripple team, XRP Ledger team to invite us from Japan. So today we would like to dive into the Japanese startup ecosystem and the blockchain ecosystem and how Japan can flourish and support the XRP ledgers to successful the financial transaction and whatsoever. So this is my slide, but maybe you don't take care so much because we don't have a lot of the time. So maybe you can scan my QR code, but just briefly, I'm also started my career as an AI engineer back to France, and around that time I bought XRP. And I'm now a little bit happy about that as well, And I currently work in a governmental agency to support the Web3 AI fintech startups to go global to get fundraise or to collaborate with Ripple or the other Solana or the other on-chain communities, And today we have other partner, Hinza. Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. This is Hinza Asif here, the Asia Web3 Alliance Japan president. I'm here to support the Web3 startup, especially the DeFi, fintech startups who want to be launched their product in Japan market. According to our eco partners or our Web3 ecosystems, we are trying to accelerate the Web3 completely enterprise level in Japan. Yeah, so
first of all, I would like to start our interactions of JETRO. What we do it. Our mission is just to get connected with every single corporate entrepreneur between Japan and overseas. So we are kind of like a super connectors. So if you are a developer of the XRP, or if you are investor of the blockchain technologies, contact me. Yeah, this is our mission, yeah. And free of charge, yeah. Why we do it, First of all, I would like to introduce the background of the Japanese current economical situations. So back to 1989, a lot of the Japanese corporate is listed as a top 50 valuation cap company like the Sony or the Toyota or whatsoever. Right now, zero. I'm so sad about that because the economy affect me, affect Japanese people, doesn't increase the salary, income, and whatsoever. So we don't have a lot of the hope. That's why, and in addition, compared to the US, China, or EU market, we don't have a lot of the unicorn companies. I mean, in Japan, we don't have a lot of the startup people and the new technologies. Ripple is a really good example of the unicorn decacorn, right? But we have to create such kind of startup by leveraging our technologies and human resources. So right now, government announced a couple of the 5 years plan goal to increase more unicorn and the number of the startup. By doing so, we actually offer a couple of regulations, clearment, and the connections offering. And we also support a startup visa for foreign entrepreneur, foreign developer to start a business in Japan, and some of the subsidies, and some of the program, incubation facilities, and so on. Thanks to that, speaking of entrepreneur first, the number of the investment to the Japanese startup ecosystem is increased, and the number of the startup inside of the Japan is also increased. So if you guys are foreign entrepreneur who like to eat a sushi, who like to watch some of the anime, you can come to Japan and to start your business here. So how about the blockchain ecosystem or the crypto situations? Right now, the crypto holders accounts, the number of the account is significantly increased. And speaking of the XRP as well, first of all, they started to communicate with and partnership with the SBI Bank in order to penetrate their transactions system into the Japanese bank and the overseas bank as well. And these years, maybe Hinza announced later, Ripple tried to commit a couple of grant in order to find the Japan or the Korea-based the fintech solutions later. And the number of the transactions volume of the Bitcoin or blockchain cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin is the first. I also have a Bitcoin, but the second one is a Ripple. So Ripple is a really great transaction volumes in Japan and the Dogecoin or whatsoever. And then Japan has a lot of IP, and Japan also has a lot of technology around blockchain technologies. So there are a lot of the NFT as well, some of the on-chain technology as well. Venture capital also we have a lot, and we have a lot of the conferences, and we have every single the regulations indeed. So how we do it as JETRO? So we have a lot of like offshore offices in Singapore as well. In US, we have 5 offices or whatsoever, 75 offices, 76 offices, and we have a lot of like staff. And we have a lot of the connections with the venture capital accelerator or whatsoever in order to achieve like the more deal between like the Japanese ecosystem people, entrepreneur, corporate, and overseas entrepreneur, venture capital, and whatsoever. So in order to do it, we create like the platform, which called like the Web3Salon, AI Salon. This area. And like, through these communities, I met Tatsu or like the other repo team people in order to like more collaboration, more contribution of the XRPL in Japanese startup ecosystem. And for foreign entrepreneurs, we offer like the information on how to incorporate the offices in Japan and how to register the company in Japan, how like the entrepreneur can get the startup visa or whatsoever. And we have a connections with academia, like the university, venture capital, CBC, and whatsoever. So almost all of like the overseas entrepreneurs and builders are our client, and like feel free to ask me about anything. Yeah. So just like a quick introduction about myself, and feel free to scan my QR code, or like we have a lot of like offices almost every single countries. So if you are a little bit interested to do some of the business Japan related to like the repo or whatsoever, contact us. Yeah.
Thank you, Kaga-san. I have a very simple mission to support the startup to make them safe environment from Japan to the global. When I started my career in Japan, I'm based in Japan for more than 10 years. It's looked like sometime isolated. At that reason, I created the Asia WebT Alliance Japan to support the foreign startups, and even though to support the Japanese startups to accelerate their program, their project to the market. And this is the reason we create that. We are provided 4 services. The first one, the founder startup visa support. Second, we will be help them to grants, give them the grant access, give them directly one-to-one session with the investors to help to accelerate their project. Enterprises level business matching according to their project, and networking and mentorship program. Without the government help, I never stood like this one. Thank you so much, Kaga-san. So always support me. Along with that, we have a support from the government sector. They are really help us, especially in the Web3 space. I know the Web3, the regulation policy in Japan is still strict, but it's really open for the startups and enterprises. We have a project called Web3Salon, supported by JETRO and powered by Asia WebT Alliance Japan to support the startups, investors, to bring their product in Japan market. Or we can connect them with one-to-one investors and the banking sectors. This is the program which we collaborate with the Ripple. We have more than 100 plus founders, 70 plus investors, and already have the collaboration with big enterprises. Yes. This is not just a conversation. We actually doing something on ground. We continuously organize the event in Japan, Kyoto, Osaka, Tokyo. We have an upcoming event, WebEx. During the WebEx, we organize the Web3Salon VC Connect, only for the startups and the investors to connect each other, to find out their best match. Along with that, in Token 49 to 2025, we will be organize the Japan Hub. So if you expand your product in Japan market and want to be raise your product through Japan to global, so this is the platform we can be help you. I'm really excited that we have a partnership with Ripple. Thank you, JETRO team, Kaga-san. Through this partnership, we find out the good fintech project from Japan market, accelerate them, give them the funds through the Ripple about the grant of more than 200,000 each startup to support them to expand their product, connect with the investors, connect them to right business match. This is not just a grant, it's completely provide the business solution. So if you would like to expand your product in Japan, so definitely contact us. Yeah, now go to our main topic, Japan blockchain ecosystem. Kaga-san, are you ready for some quiz?
So, yeah.
So how does the Japan view Japan's role in the global blockchain ecosystem? What do you think about the government approach?
So normally speaking, a lot of the crypto holders see a little bit negatively about like a Japan market because like the 55% of like a tax is really huge. I know. I also like the feel a little bit like the tired because that's why like I keep just holding about like a XRP or like the Bitcoin or whatsoever. They try to change, but like this year, not yet. But like Japan, what is the positive part? We create first of all guideline or the regulations, and it's a really clear guideline. So like if some of like the blockchain technology or like blockchain solutions align with the Japanese regulations, they can flourish in the other countries because the Japan guideline first and then solution second.
Yes, definitely.
So, like the last week, Singapore announced like a couple of the other modifications of like the crypto things. So, like normally speaking, like the crypto-based startups solutions is a little bit, like the regulation-oriented one. So if regulation change, like the product market fit is also changed. Business model should be changed. This is a little bit tough part for like the crypto-based entrepreneurs, blockchain entrepreneurs. It's not for like the AI entrepreneur, but like this is a unique pain for like the crypto entrepreneurs. I understood. But like the Japan really strict guideline, I know. But like if you can understand, you can survive all over the world. So this is a role of like the blockchain. And also we have a lot of like the sweeping IP. There are a lot of like manga animations. This one, like could be utilized for like the NFT to place more transparent transaction or something like that, So there are a lot of opportunity. And also, Japanese corporate, including bank or media company, try to do a lot of like the blockchain-related projects. They grant, sometimes they do an acceleration program as well, and they also fund. So that there are a lot of like opportunity and a potential collaboration with a Japanese corporate or like the Japanese bank or whatsoever.
Yeah, I want to add one thing in that. Japan is totally unique market. We are not focused on the release token. We are not going to be support the meme token, meme coins and all that. We try to create a use case, just like the Osaka government, when right now they have Osaka Expo, they are using the digital wallet to connect every single person, that how they use the blockchain use case. This is the thing we really want in the Japan. So if you have a product which relate to every single person in real life, so Japan is a place for you. Yeah, definitely. If you have a token or you want to be release something, so definitely it's a red flag here. So, what's inspired you to start the Web3 Salon? And what do you think about our partnership with Ripple?
Our partnership with Ripple. First of all, I personally like the Ripple because like the XRP definitely changed like the bank transactions. Like I used to like the study abroad, and I just try to bring a couple of like money from Japan to overseas. Sometimes transfer-wise, I use Ripple to use, but like the more large volume of the money transactions, still Swift.
Yes.
Like that over the time and like the reduce my I would like to reduce like a time and like the some of like the unnecessary cost. Ripple has a definitely potential, so that's why like I'm first of all was into like the Ripple use cases. Use
cases, yeah.
And why like the Japan would like to collaborate with Ripple? Of course, like Ripple would like to find like a couple of like fintech related solutions, and Ripple has a XRPL Japanese communities.
Yes.
And they are currently doing some of like the hackathon, and there are a lot of like the developers who really like to do something new, dApps or like the other applications on the XRP ledgers. And maybe like the Japanese technology or like the developers is so serious to work on that. We are workaholic, and definitely like Ripple can find like a couple of like a really good use case from Japanese society or like ecosystem. That's why like we would like to support them to do it. And this is our mission, yeah.
Yes,
Our mission is just to increase the more collaboration and like investment deal, like the more collaboration between like Japanese technologies and overseas corporate or the overseas on-chain technologies, and vice versa as well.
Vice versa.
Yeah. I'm currently in charge of like outbound, but like we also have a staff who is in charge of like inbound. So we can do like anything, you know. Yeah.
So remember, we had the conversation 1 year before related to the Web3, and at that time, we didn't start the Web3 Salon. So you are the first one who take the initiative to create a Web3 Salon project. So what do you think about that? What's inspired you about the Web3 Salon?
Oh, like actually, Web3 is first of all like the global ecosystem, yeah. So there are no, you know, like the border things, you know. But Japan is just island, and like a couple of the developer is not related to connected with other overseas developer or the on-chain builder, venture capital, and so on. And normally speaking, like the investment, the amount of the investment from the venture capital to the blockchain-related solutions, majority of the investment is actually from like the overseas venture capital.
Yes, yes.
First of all, like the Coinbase ventures, Outlier ventures, and whatsoever, you know, they hugely support like the every single blockchain technologies with a huge ticket size and a more good connections to offer and mentoring and something like that. So that's why, you know, like a Web3 Salon support like some of the Japanese Web3 entrepreneur to get connected with the overseas venture capital or the accelerator and so, something like that. That's why, you know, like this Web3 Salon could be a platform
for them. And the thing is that when we create a project, Web3 Salon, we really want to connect the Japanese investors, Japanese LP, CVCs, to the international market. We are right now isolated. We have a very small systems to connect with the Japanese. The limitations or opportunities are limitless, but we not track them perfectly. This is the reason, with the help of Web3 Salons project, you can be easily connect with the Japanese LPs, investors, and CVCs, even though some good partners for your project. So, related to the Web3 founders, I have that experience as a founder, so I know the pain in the Web3 space. We need to be worried about the project. We need to be worried about the funds, business partner, and so on. So through our ecosystem, our partnership, we try to support more and more Web3 founders, especially in the Japan market, which is too challenging. Through this platform, I just give my message to all startups, founders who would like to be join us or who have a planning to create some product. Try to make a product, not only in the fintech or DeFi, just like a protocol, lending protocol, something like that. Try to make something which really connect the people. Educational sector, health sector, food sector, every sector need a payment solution in their field. So if we try to make something connect every single person, so definitely we try to create a different use case. And we're looking forward those kind of use case in XRPL, especially XRPL Japan. We will have a big users partner acquisition. We can connect you with the good partners. If you have any project, just connect us, let us know, and we try to support you as much as we can. This is our QR code. If you want to connect me, I'm here for you. Kaga-san?
I have one question to you.
Okay.
You are Hinza also, you know, like do this kind of like the connections or like, such kind of like, things. But like she also developed some of like AI-related solutions. Yeah. So
yes.
She is actually the entrepreneur who lives in Japan, who works in Japan. So as a foreign entrepreneur, what kind of like advice do you have for like the foreign developer entrepreneur who try to come to Japan? Like what is the pain and how they can, you know, like make a successful inside of Japan?
It's a very tough question. But first thing, if you are coming to Japan to expand your business, you have a discipline. This is the first thing. The second thing, you need to be accept no. In the first step, every second person say you no. So please respect the no. Try to improve yourself. Try to make harder yourself. Connect more and more people. Japan have a startup visa. Japan have a grant system. They are giving you a free workspace. They are helping you to expand your business. But what they want a genuine product, a genuine people, disciplined people, and who understand the Japanese culture. So if you respect the Japanese culture, their system, so definitely they will give you the space. Just like I'm here right now. I'm not Japanese, but they support me because I'm respecting their culture. I understand that, how to grow. And sometime I really feel they just tell me, Hinza, it's not acceptable for you. Accept that. Okay, do it again, do it again. This is, we call. This is the reason where most of the time in Japan, people say that you have a 0% risk. Means you test your product 100 times before launch. This is the culture in Japan. Yeah.
And maybe one other advice is just to join some of like a community here.
Yeah.
That's why I create Web3 Salon in the Web3 sectors. And I also create like an AI salon in the AI sector. A little bit separated communities. Right now, like over 100 people attend in our demonstrations every single month. And like 70% or 80% actually the foreign entrepreneur.
Oh, no, yes, definitely they are.
Who talks, like the pain and like how they try to collaborate and whatsoever. Yeah. We need a more foreign entrepreneur from Japan.
And they have a many community. We have a Shibuya startup community. The JETROs have their many networking sessions. So whenever you are in Japan, just text us. We can give you to the access right to the community. You can meet those people, or create a product. We help you to give them the grant. So there are many opportunities. They have a language barrier. I accept that. But other than that, they have more opportunities. So don't worry, just come to Japan, and we are here to help you.
Good.
Yeah.
So
do you have any other question?
No, it's okay for me, yeah.
I just want to say one more thing related to our partnership with Ripple. Yes, this is a big opportunity to all startups, all founders. We are here to support you. Even though if you have a product on XRPL and you want to expand their product, and you want to get some user from Japan market, so we will help you to connect with the good banking sectors, fintech products. So whatever you have a stage on your product, just let us know. We are trying to support you to the Japan market. And I'm really thankful to the Ripple team to support us, to giving that trust that we can do that. And after that, JETRO. Because without the JETRO help, it never happen, because JETRO have an ecosystem of startups or investors, and through that help, we can implement all these power in our project. Yeah.
So if you have any other connections or some questions, yeah, please ask to us. Yeah, everything is we try to support you. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.